Okay, hello and welcome to day 30 of my January fitness challenge. So there's this video and then there's tomorrow's video and then that is it for my 31-day challenge in January. So hopefully you've enjoyed all the videos so far and hopefully you enjoy these last two. Today's video is going to be a core session, so a 5-minute core workout. I'm going to go through 5 exercises, 5 minutes as always. No equipment needed. We're going to start off with some bird dogs. Nice core exercise, go on some bicycle crunches that we've done before, onto a tall to short plank, so on our forearms up to our hands and then back down to our forearms and just going through that for the minute. Then we're going on some reverse crunches, which we've also done before, and then we're going to go on to a plank limb raise. So that is basically in a plank and we're just going to raise one limb at a time, so leg, then to our other leg, then to our arm, and just work around in a circle of those 4 for the minute, just challenging our core. We'll get started with these 5 minutes and we're going to go straight into some bird dogs. So a bird dog, as you may not remember, is on all fours like this, and you're just going to raise an opposite arm and opposite leg up to the ceiling and back down. Okay, so time has started there, and we're going to go for some bird dogs. So we're going to alternate arm and leg, come back in, push them back out, like so. So really reaching as far as we can with our arm and our leg, but always trying to keep our core nice and stable. So it's as if we're balancing a tennis ball on the lower part of our back here, and we're just trying to keep that tennis ball in the same place throughout this movement. So nice controlled movement to keep that tennis ball in place. If we start twisting our trunk, the tennis ball is obviously going to fall off. So that's a good way to make sure that you're keeping your hips and shoulders nice and stable throughout this exercise. And if you're really advanced, you can take the same arm and same leg and take them out at the same time instead of the opposite. But that is quite advanced, so you need a nice strong core to be able to do that. Okay, last few seconds, so we're getting on to a bicycle crunch. So we're going to lie on our backs, legs up in the air at 90 degrees, hands behind our heads, and we're just going to cycle through. So cycle the legs. You're going to take the elbow to the opposite knee, keeping your shoulders off the ground. So it's like riding a bike with your legs. You're obviously crunching up, reaching that opposite knee. So this is quite a tough one. Last 25 seconds. If this is too difficult, then you can rest your knees on the floor and just move your upper body. So move that elbow over to the left leg, over to the right leg, like that. Or you could lie back and just cycle your legs, keeping that core nice and controlled. Sliding the hand under the lower back. Oh, and we're moving on to our next one. So tall to short plank, we're going to get into this plank position on our forearms. And then we're going to come up into a tall plank and then back into this forearm plank. I'm just going to go through this motion and movement for the minute. Keeping our core nice and stable, and always the same, trying to keep our hips and shoulders nice and controlled and stable. So we're still trying to keep that tennis ball on our back throughout the movement. There's obviously going to be a little bit more movement, but you're still trying to imagine that scenario to really control that core. So last 10 seconds. Last 5. Remember to keep a nice straight line between the shoulders, hips and knees and ankles throughout this movement. Okay, onto a reverse crunch. So again, lying on our backs, arms out to the side, feet up in the air. We're going to push up, taking our bum just off the ground, pushing our legs up to the ceiling. Really trying to control this movement with our core, really feeling this in our abs. It's an ab exercise. So always with this one, the more you bend your legs, the easier it's going to be, because you'll get a little bit more momentum. You don't have to go as far down when you touch your heels back on the floor. And obviously the straighter your legs, the harder it's going to be. And it requires more control to get those heels onto the floor nice and controlled. Last few seconds, 2 seconds, and we're on to our last exercise. Now our last exercise, plank. And we're going to go round, so I'm going to raise my left leg off the floor, put it back down, raise my right leg off the floor, put it back down, raise my arm off the floor, and then left arm, and then left leg. So we're just going to move around in that circle, raising each limb off the floor for a few seconds. And that's really going to challenge our core, make this exercise quite hard. So if you're struggling with this one, you can try it in a tall plank, leg, arm, and then arm, all onto your knees. You can just raise your knee off the floor. It's really up to you how you do it. I just want you to try and challenge yourself through this workout and with this exercise, and really work as hard as you can. Last 3 seconds. And stop there. So that was day 30 and a core session, which is today's video. So really hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you challenge yourself. I know that was hurting for me at the end there with that less exercise. So hopefully that helped you as well. I'll see you again tomorrow for my last video of this January challenge.